fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean. So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh, man, you gonna whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magomedov.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
The prospect of a fight between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has long been a subject of heated debate among boxing enthusiasts, while Canelo has firmly established himself.
Top 5 fighters right now in boxing. That's your top 5 right now in boxing, not your, the top 5 in boxing right now. Right now.
Champions or just anybody?
Top 5 right now.
Shakur #1, hands down. Tank, he up there. Canelo, in a way. Tyson Fury.
As one of the sport's best, dominating in multiple weight classes, there is a growing belief that Crawford's skill set could prove too much for the Mexican superstar. With his unorthodox style, exceptional footwork, and ability to adapt to any opponent, Crawford has already shown he can dismantle some of the best fighters in the world.
Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, the power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, he's been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys.
When he Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Terence Crawford, often referred to as Bud, is widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world. His technical prowess, versatility, and ability to adapt to different styles make him a formidable opponent. Crawford has an impressive professional record of...
In your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can't put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as #1.
4,100, showcasing his dominance in the welterweight division. Canelo Alvarez, on the other hand, is a dominant force in the super middleweight division with a professional record of 6,222. Canelo has proven his ability to excel at higher weight classes.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience. He's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you
think? I think
was?
tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
His power, agility, and experience make him a tough opponent for anyone. Canelo's resume includes victories over some of the best in the sport, and his ability to compete at various weight classes is a testament to his versatility and skill. Canelo's power, particularly in the super middleweight division.
Of the world, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.
Is a significant factor in his dominance. His ability to deliver devastating punches and absorb incoming shots makes him a formidable opponent. I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what were you, 23? That's so young. What was that like? I trained so hard, and now
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but
Yeah.
what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better. You know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Obviously, I tread to beat him because if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23. Do you think was so impressive about him, his experience? He's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but
So there's talk too of like Canelo and Crawford. Like you're mentioning that you feel like David's just too big, too young, just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so. Listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We reach out to each other. We've been travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever. Everybody.
when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it. You think that was the toughest fight you faced? No. What do you think? I think he won tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight. Canelo has beaten these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feed. Number 2, to elbows, hands.
Look up the definition of boxing. Please, look up the definition of boxing. The martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you ain't had a decision win in a long time, bro. You known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that, but that ain't how you moving.
Shoulders and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing. Supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah. In addition to his power, Canelo's agility and intelligence set him apart. His head movement, defensive skills, and ability to counterpunch with precision make him a well-rounded fighter. Canelo's experience against elite-level competition.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws.
Has honed his ability to adapt and strategize in the ring. His recent victory over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further solidifies his status as a top-tier fighter.